It's my privilege this morning to welcome the Hon Jo Goodhew. She's the Minister for Food Safety, Associate Minister for Primary Industries, Minister for Community and Voluntary Sector, Associate Minister for Social Development and MP for Rangitata. Jo represents her electorate, a rural region in the South Island of New Zealand. She has held this seat since 2005. In the New Zealand Parliament, Mrs Goodhew has previously served as Minister for Women's Affairs, Minister for Senior Citizens, Associate Minister of Health and the Junior Government Whip. Must have been fun, Jo. Mrs Goodhew has held the food safety portfolio since the start of this current parliamentary term in October 2014. She is focused on strengthening New Zealand's food safety systems to ensure New Zealand continues to be a trusted supplier of safe and suitable and sustainable food. As part of this work, she is overseeing a range of legislation that focuses on the improvement of traceability, security measures and food incident responses. Mrs Goodhew is also aware of the increasing consumer desire for detailed nutritional and food safety information and is encouraging voluntary initiatives such as a health star rating system and labelling. Mrs Goodhew was born and schooled in South Canterbury. She grew up on a local farm. She is qualified as a registered nurse and has practiced throughout New Zealand and in London in both hospitals and general practice. She is married with 3 daughters, now young adults, and we welcome Jo to the stage and thank you for making the time to come and join us. Thank you.
E aku rangatira, tēnā koutou katoa, ka nui te honore, ki te mihi kia koutou. Wow, looking at all those seats and all those faces. Good morning, everyone. I would like to start by acknowledging my parliamentary colleague, Stefan. John, thank you for your introduction. It's great to be here at and I paused, because I just checked with people in the front seat and said, is it epiculture or apiculture? 2 people, 2 answers. So it's going to be happy for me today. I want to acknowledge Apiculture New Zealand, and I want to say well done, 1,100 delegates. An amazing trade display next door. Seems to me, although it's new, you've come of age. Got together a strong organisation, and the number of people that have gathered here must surely be a very good sign for your industry. I want to also acknowledge the Deputy Director General of Regulation and Assurance, Scott Gallagher, who will address you later. And I want to acknowledge Scott and his team because they help me to keep up to date with what I need to know about your industry, your sector. So your industry is now well placed to grow and prosper, and I'm looking forward to working alongside a strong and cohesive industry body. So that makes it an ideal time to look to the future and explore ways in which industry and government can work together to build a strong foundation for a sustainable, well-functioning and world-renowned apiculture, I'll just do both, sector. The apiculture industry plays a vital role in the government's aim to double the value of primary sector exports by 2025. I did say the value, not the amount. New Zealand is the world's 3rd largest exporter of honey by value, yet it ranks 16th as a global volume supplier. This reflects the premium price that New Zealand honey attracts. Last year, their estimated value of honey exports was 223 million. Growth in New Zealand's honey exports, particularly to Asia, is expected to continue, with strong global demand for quality honey continuing to drive price increases. So MPI is working hard in partnership with industry to support that export growth through a number of initiatives, which include the High Performance Manuka Plantations Project, which is set about lifting the value of New Zealand's Manuka honey industry towards a target of 1.2 billion per annum by 2028. That's a lofty goal, but it's a worthy one. A key part of the program looks at researching plant survival and growth, apiary performance, the effects of pests and weeds, and how plants grow in various conditions. The findings will have significant benefits in helping us increase the value of the Manuka honey industry. Now, another way that MPI is partnering with the industry is through our Regional Economic Development work, RED for short. This work includes training and employment opportunities, this is an example, for 11 work and income clients in order to develop Northland College's Manuka plantation site. 30 hectares of Manuka will initially be planted on the Northland College land. This is an initiative that provides current and future employment opportunities for Kaikoui people. By 2017, we expect this to be 100 hectares. I want to move on to New Zealand brand. New Zealand honey is a high-profile export that's closely associated with the New Zealand brand of high-quality, safe and authentic food. Ensuring the integrity of that brand is a key driver, well, it should be for all of us. As Minister of Food Safety, I'm determined to ensure that New Zealand honey continues to be authentic, trusted, sustainable and provide both domestic and overseas consumers with a high level of confidence in the honey that they are buying. So the importance of food protection in the honey industry is something I want to spend a moment on. A key part of that is food protection. When we talk about food protection, we're talking about both ensuring the safety for consumers, but making sure the integrity of the foods is upheld and is protected from deliberate acts of contamination or tampering. And being able to protect our food from those risks, we're able to sustain the reputation that our honey industry enjoys with key trading partners. That's why it's worth as much as it is. Well, that's part of the deal anyway. New Zealand has an excellent reputation for food safety, but it hasn't happened by accident. It's hard won. It's built on a long history of New Zealand producing safe and high quality food, and it's underpinned by a robust regulatory system. Government and industry must work together to protect the New Zealand brand by ensuring that New Zealand's food safety system remains world leading across all of our primary sector, and that includes your own sector. In order to achieve this, both the government and the industry need to focus on 4 key areas: food safety, food quality, food fraud and food defence. We need to nurture a strong culture of ownership of those dimensions, all parties. Only by commitment to excellence in those 4 areas can we ensure the integrity of our product. First, we must ensure the safety of honey sold to consumers, both domestic and international. Second, businesses must ensure unfailingly high quality standards. I encourage honey producers to continue the focus on quality that has ensured that New Zealand honey products receive those premium prices I spoke of. To do this, MPI carries out careful and routine testing for residues, and the honey industry needs to remain vigilant to ensure there is nothing in the honey that could be harmful to consumers. Third, we must prevent any hint of fraud in our production and marketing of honey. Food fraud consists of deliberate, fraudulent activities for economic advantage, including the adulteration of products, mislabelling, and counterfeiting. Our Manuka Honey Science Program is working towards a robust scientific definition of Manuka honey, our premium honey export. The definition will assist greatly to provide assurances for product authenticity and integrity. In addition, we're continuously reviewing and updating the requirements for honey production and export. We're revising the export requirements to ensure that we're able to provide the appropriate assurances as to the purity of our honey exports. Finally, we must be vigilant in defending honey products against deliberate and malicious tampering. In that space, all players in the supply chain have a role to play to protect the integrity of New Zealand honey products. The attempts or the threat to deliberately put 1080 into infant formula showed us how important every single step on the supply chain was. So businesses need to protect their products from tampering or contamination, have those right safety processes and culture in place. Having well-managed processes will allow companies to monitor every aspect of the supply chain, then respond to any issues. Traceability is key. Knowing where your products have come from and having the ability to trace them in the event of a recall is really important. We're also working to reinforce the integrity of New Zealand exports and uphold our reputation as both a trusted and a credible trading partner. In February, we introduced new requirements supporting the export of bee products. This will see increased verification and enhanced product traceability. And furthermore, bee health is an important area, and MPI provides guidance on beekeeping practice to minimise the risk of contaminants, and has collaborated with industry on the recent bee health survey. I'm sure you're going to hear more about that from Scott a little later. We're also ensuring that robust biosecurity systems are in place, undertaking active surveillance for exotic bee pests and diseases, while also seeking to increase awareness and education amongst beekeepers and others in terms of the importance of managing biosecurity risks. At the heart of all this, strong industry-government partnership. The key to successful regulation and policy is a trusted partnership with you, the industry, and a shared commitment to pursue those highest standards of quality, of safety, sustainability, and authenticity. So we need to work together to ensure that New Zealand honey products continue to be sought after, trusted, high quality, backed by robust regulation and policy standards. That will mean the absolute best outcomes for you, for New Zealand Inc., and the government is here to help you achieve your targets and goals, knowing that will help us achieve ours. Thank you for your time here today. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.